Well, as you can see, we've been joined by the new Welsh Open champion, Shaun Murphy. How's that feel?
That's very special, yeah. Lots of different reasons as well, like, you know, very special place this for me. I came to South Wales as a 16-year-old boy, second year on tour, didn't know the ropes, spent a lot of time in this part of the world, and this was where I sort of discovered whether I liked it being on the tour or not. And very special memories of this part of the world, so great to get the trophy.
You've had a fantastic week, obviously, because, you know, you got the trophy and the winner's check in your pocket, but we were just talking about how different your games have been, excuse me, comparing the Bing Tao match to this final. I get the feeling there's not many players, you'd be one of them, that enjoy both aspects to it, the battling game that goes past midnight, but some players it can destroy mentally. I got the feeling that out there, you didn't mind it too much.
Not sure enjoy is the word that I'd use.
Well, what I was trying to say is the way you finished off that match, you made a massive break one visit last night, and then you sort of carried it on today. First shot, you had a century break, so you're back in rhythm. I think you're a rhythm player when I watch you play.
Yeah. I think what happened to me last night was, like, I missed an easy red at 4-2, and then my head fell off and wheels off, because you start going, why have I missed that? What's happened there?
That wasn't me.
And what happened, you know, so then at 5-4 down, I've now got nowhere to go. I've now either got to go for it, go for the win, or I'm out. So that kind of makes it, you know, and then today, like, you're on a bit of a bonus, really, because really I should have lost last night several times, and get up this morning, I've got a crack at the trophy, like, you know, so just a real blessing, really.
What time did you get up? What time did you get to bed? Because you very kindly did some stuff for us after your match, and then you went back to your hotel. So what time did you go to bed? And what time did you get up? How long did you have to sleep? Or were you just buzzing?
I you know, obviously in a big match like that, getting through to your phone lights up, you've got text and WhatsApps till whatever hour, and also the adrenaline buzzing, like, you know, I had my little guilty pleasure of a Star Trek Next Generation in bed, and then I went to sleep about 3 in the morning.
Oh, wow. How comes you're known as the best sleeper on tour then? What's the secret then? How do you just go straight to sleep, no problem?
I think when you have kids, like, you know, you just become better at stuff
when you
like
can,
that. I could sleep on a washing line.
Because
anyone who doesn't have children who tells you they're tired doesn't know what they're talking about.
I agree with that. Just a quick word about the final, because obviously all the damage was done this afternoon. Were even you surprised just how easy would be unfair for Kyle, because we know he's a great player, but he just couldn't take his chances this afternoon, could he? Did that surprise you?
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of that. You know, he did miss a couple of chances, but they were few and far between. It didn't feel as if he was making mistake after mistake. I thought I played well and kept him at bay. He played a lot of snooker from the bulk end of the table today, but I really focused on that. I must say, as I said out there, you know, I had every little bit of form going as well. I mean, that helps. First split, first frame, the reds went everywhere, plumb. You know, and that carried on first frame tonight. I'm in trouble there. I go for a long red. All the balls move. And last turn, it drops in the middle. Like, you need those things on your side, and they were all on my side today.
Where is your game then at the moment? Because I thought it was interesting what you were saying there about 12 months ago. You were questioning whether or not you've still got what it takes, which you obviously have. Where are you now mentally with your game? Are you happy with it 100% or not? Yeah,
I'm in a completely different position. As I say, Chris and I had some really difficult conversations, some very honest conversations, because you can kid everyone out there, but you can't kid yourself. And when you look yourself in the mirror and you see yourself looking back and you say, can I actually do this still? Can I do this? Because it isn't easy out there. All these people here live around the world trying to win these. It's not easy. And if it's not for you, you get found out. And so we really had to look at it and try to work out, you know, where it had gone wrong, why wasn't I firing anymore, and even then it's still not easy, like, you know.
And what's the big difference? You've, of course, worked with Chris Henry, who's your coach at the moment. What does he bring mentally on and off the table, Jim?
Well, he knows so much. He's very knowledgeable. He's a great guy, very positive guy. He's a good motivator. I don't want to talk out of turn, but I think they slightly shortened Shaun's cue action. You know, it went. Am I correct in saying that? He shortened his cue action, and he closer in, so there wasn't much of a long pullback, and his cue ball control. But I think the main reason is he's worked on his safety game. He's improved his safety game. The player who won this tournament sitting here now, and the player who played Neil Robertson in the World Championship, is two different guys altogether.
And does it spur you on as well, seeing how well it's all been about Judd, understandably, world champion, world number one. Neil Robertson, defending champion, came in the form of his life on the back of a brilliant week in Cheltenham. Everyone's talking about him. Then Ronnie turns up, plays a phenomenal session against him. Everyone's talking about those great players, and rightly so. But from your form that we've seen tonight and for the last 7 days as well, are you now thinking, well, hold on a minute, I'm in the conversation to be had about future world champions?
I listen, and I've reached that stage where I couldn't give a monkey's about being in any conversations. I'm happy just to do my business and turn up and play snooker, prepare well, live life well off the table.
You still want to be talked about in those conversations?
I know, I don't mind who you talk about. Doesn't make any difference. I had a go at sitting in this chair last year doing the punditry and the commentary, and I'll leave that to you guys.
But sometimes if they don't talk about it, it takes that pressure off your shoulders, doesn't it? So you can just slide in and become one of the favourites without people knowing that you've even played a match.
It's great going under the radar, isn't it? And you just sort of sneak through. You're out down on table 3s and 4s and 2s, and the quarterfinals night was the first time we saw each other this week. It's great. Suits me great.
and for you, a Triple Crown winner, of course, already. What do you set your goals out for now? You've won the World Championship. You've won everything. Is it just a case of seeing where this journey takes you, or do you have a second, third, fourth, etc. World Championship list, or what do you want to achieve from now on in?
I've had to set some very specific goals, one of which was to get to double-figure ranking event wins, so I'm now one away from that. I've got some other goals as well, but of course, on your Christmas card list would be, more World Championships, more Masters titles.
What about ranking? Because on the one-year list, you're now number 2.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of players aren't necessarily as bothered as they used to be about being number 1 in the world. Does it mean that much to you?
Well, I think a lot of the players who say that have been number 1. So it would still light my fire to get to the top of the rankings. That's something I'm still chasing. As a 10-year-old, I set 3 goals, and I achieved 2 of them, and world number 1 still eludes me. So I think those people who say it doesn't bother them have sat there for month after month and probably got bored of it. So I'd like to wake up in the morning and see how that felt.
After a good night's sleep. Hey, listen, you carry on that kind of form, there's no doubt you'll be the best player on the planet. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Not
Cheers.
just a great night, but a great week of snooker. Well
Thanks a
done
lot.
to you.
Thank you. Cheers.